So guys, this is our first Homebrew Wednesday. We've been running the channel now for 4 weeks. We've been uploading a few videos showing you a little bit about what you do, and we've had some great feedback, some nice comments. I must admit, this week I did like seeing Whiskey Pete, which I'm sure he was relating to Roy Orbison on the Cheshire Homebrew, I think it was. Had some nice comments and bits and pieces back from several of you guys out there. I'd just like to say thank you for that. It's much appreciated. As I say, we are sort of virgins to YouTube, me and Andy, and he sends his apologies why he's not here today. Got a funny feeling, he won't tell me, but I've got a funny feeling he's at an AA meeting, which just about sums him up. Thanks for Christian. He's been Christian Brew Bear. He's been sending some nice comments through, and it's been interesting watching him. And hopefully we'll get a good rapport going with 1 or 2 more of you guys over the next weeks and months. Where are we at the moment? Just to tell you a little bit, we are hobby schnapps makers. We don't make huge amounts of schnapps, as in when me and Andy started looking at this 2 years ago. We found there was a lot of people making 25-50 litres of sugar water, flavouring it with some essence or whatever that they bought out of a bottle all over the world anywhere, and you know, making whatever rum, whiskey or whatever it is. That's not us. We do make some sugar water mixes. I've got one coming up which we filmed this week, which will be out in the next week or 2 for you. But we make it for hobby, so we'll make 3 to 5 litres. Once we're stilled, that's going to give you, depending on how much we still that day, if we're still in a 2 litre mix, you're going to get, by the time we've finished, approximately 1 to 1.1 litres of finished schnapps. Schnapps, just by the way, means brandy in English. It's the German name for brandy. But the true mashes that we make, whether it be the blueberry that's already on the go, the raspberry which is on the go, we've got some nectarine as well, we've got a lot more fruit still coming in the summer to get filmed and on the go before the winter gets here. They'll take anything up just to get mashed and prepared ready to still. They could take anything up to 3 to 4 months before we then still it, and then we can start to taste. And it's best left then for another month or so to 6 weeks, just to give it a little bit of time to mature that little bit and get a lovely flavour. So if it's what you know what you fancy, you want to understand how to make some proper alcohol that's got some great flavours. We've had some great reviews from friends and neighbours and holiday makers that visit me and Vanessa in Austria here, and Andy. Then perhaps this is what you want. Sign up, like us, share us. What else we got to say? Yeah, I think that's about it. Sorry it's a bit sort of broken up, but like I say, we're both new to this, me and Andy, and let's hope you enjoy the little film I'm just about to show you now. This is just a bog standard couple of minutes just to show you what the still is, how it works, what you do with it, where things go in, where things come out, what to like, what not to like, what to look at and what not to look at. And I hope you enjoy it and give us some feedback, because it's always nice to hear some comments. And if there's anything that you see on the site there, the channel, any of these recipes we give you, because everything we do is monitored, logged. Anything that you fancy doing yourselves, get in touch, let us know. We can give you the recipes, you know, give you some pointers, what to do, what not to do. I don't know if you're in the UK or the US what stills you are and aren't allowed to use, but here in Austria we are allowed to use anything up to a 5 litre still. But make your choice yourselves. If you need anything, let us know. I hope you enjoy the film, and we look forward to seeing you next week. Homebrew Wednesday #1 finished. Check out. Bye. Back again, guys. Today what we're going to do is show you a little bit about the stills that we use. We've got 2 stills in picture today. One that we're going to show you how to demonstrate properly, and one in the far corner like Andy's just shown you that's fired up, and we're making a mash today. So if Andy opens this still, this is a 2 litre still made from solid copper. There you go, lid's come off. Inside there you'll see that is an essence tray. We'll give you some information on that in a minute. And underneath that is where we put the mash or the sugar water mix. That is where we're going to still. Okay, maximum of 2 litres. So when we fill up the maximum of 2 litres in there, if we're going to flavour that mix, we will put, just as a tip, 1 piece of kitchen roll on top of there, then fill 2 to 250 grams of whatever fruit you want to put in, or variations of fruits. At this moment in time, you can put several summer fruits in there. Your choice. Lid goes back on, secured down fully, and it then connects to the next part of the still, which will be full of cold water. The reason it's full of cold water is because as the schnapps or mash heats up, it will rise up in the still. It comes down that long section, just as Andy's showing you there. It goes down then and hits the cold water, recondenses back into alcohol, and it drops out into a container that you're going to save that in. It comes out in 3 separate stages. Okay, anything up to 81 degrees we do not drink. We set that to one side because you can always use that for cleaning ceramic tiles, any bits and pieces. You can even clean your windows outside. That's called the heads. So do not drink heads, set them to one side. They're either discarded or you can use them for cleaning solutions. Between 81 and 91 degrees, we are going to use and collect all of that, because that is our drinkable schnapps. It might be as it comes out too high in alcohol content, and it might be diluting, but that's your drinkable schnapps. After that, between 91 and 94.5 degrees, that's your tails. That again, we save that as a separate item. We stick them to one side, and when we've got enough, what me and Andy do is when we get 3 litres of tails, we then put some carbon fines with it, we purify it, fire it one more time, and again we get 3 schnapps out of that because we're going to get it anyway. So what you'll also see in the picture there is how we heat the still. There you go, Andy. It's a small white spirit burner. We literally just wind the wick up underneath, light it. That will work fantastically. On the table, you'll also see what we've got there is a thermometer. That thermometer sits in the top of the still. That's how we monitor the temperature, how we know when we've got heads, when we're collecting schnapps, and when we're collecting tails. Everything up to 81 degrees is monitored on the thermometer, is heads. Between 81 and 91 degrees, it's schnapps. And from 91 to 94.5 degrees, we're collecting tails. Once we've finished collecting tails, that's it. Heat off, turn it off, let it cool down for half an hour, and then everything else inside there is nothing but pure water. Get rid of it, and off you go.